Game story: the Spurs and Nets tied 32 after the first quarter. San Antonio, game story: first quarter. Lonnie Walker came out with an aggressive edge in the start, hitting a three and a mid-range jumper as he hunted for his shot. San Antonio went to Josh Primo a few times against Patty Mills, but the rookie struggled against the former Spur. Patty drained a triple along with Brooklyn's other stars, and the Nets took an 11-5 lead. Lonnie scored the first dozen points for the Spurs. pic.twitter.com/790YYLK5Y9. Tom Petrini, January 9, 2022. Lonnie went in full attack mode before catching the pass from DeJounte and finishing through a foul by KD at the rim. DJ found Lonnie for another three, then he drove into the paint through a foul and hit an absolutely impossible finish, giving the Spurs a 12-11 lead with all 12 points. DeJounte dribbled into a three, got fouled, and gave the Spurs a 16-13 lead at the stripe. Murray drove in and kissed it off the glass through contact for an and one. Bryn Forbes drove and floated it home over KD. Then Jock Landale drew defenders underneath and kicked to Forbes in the corner for three. San Antonio took a 5-point advantage, but called time after a 6-0 Nets run. Landale found Primo cutting past KD for a layup to tie things. Brooklyn got in and won on the other end, but then Primo tied it again with a triple over Durant. It was 32-32 after a quarter. Second quarter, Tyler Johnson forced a turnover, then Lonnie found Poeltl, who found Devontae Cacok for easy transition points and the lead. DeJounte ran a bumpy, methodical pick and roll and found Poeltl for a hard jam. The Spurs forced another turnover and Primo lost control in transition, but the ball found DeJounte and DeJounte found Cacok for a furious two-handed dunk. After a timeout, Murray got an open three and missed, but Poeltl stole another possession on the glass and found rookie Joe Wieskamp at the arc, and the Hawkeye drilled it. Walker drove, faked a pass to Poeltl, then actually did pass it to him for an open dunk. Jack got stuffed by the rim, but recovered and popped it in. Pre-game: the San Antonio Spurs will visit the Brooklyn Nets today as the Spurs continue their long 7-game road trip. The Spurs and Nets will meet for the first time this season, and it will be a reunion as Patty Mills and LaMarcus Aldridge will face their old team. In addition, the Spurs will be without several key players due to NBA COVID protocol. In the Spurs' previous game, the team lost to the Sixers 119-100. DeJounte Murray led the team with 27 points. Jacob Poeltl finished with 17 points and Lonnie Walker ended with 13 points. Lonnie gets the start this morning. https://ugg.co/pwnqvdtuap. Tom Petrini, January 9, 2022. Here are 5 things to watch for in tonight's game. The Nets have won 4 straight games at home and are 6-5 overall versus the West. The Nets are 15-5 overall when leading at halftime this season. Former Spur Patty Mills is currently averaging 13.6 points per game and shooting 42% from the three-point line. For the Nets, the Spurs are 7-8 overall versus East teams this season and 3-4 versus East teams on the road. The Spurs have lost 3 straight games versus the Nets and are 8-0 on the road when leading after the third. Stay here at KNS5 throughout the season for complete Spurs coverage. Twitter at KNS5, at Jeff G. Spurs KNS5. Related articles: Spurs Jock Landale gets engaged to longtime girlfriend India. It helped a lot. Spurs rookie Joshua Primo appreciates time spent in Austin. Spurs DeJounte Murray jokes that Tim Duncan wants to return to the court.